Man, guys, another child has died in Border Patrol custody. And that's bad news for the U.S., man. I mean, for Customs. An 8-year-old boy from Guatemala died Tuesday while in U.S. custody, immigration officials announced, becoming the second child to die in such circumstances this month. In a statement, Customs and Border Protection said the boy died shortly after midnight at the Doral Champion Regional Medical Center in Alamogordo, New Mexico. The cause of death is unknown. He had received treatment at the hospital starting on Christmas Eve. Immigration officials say that an agent first noticed that the child showed signs of potential illness Monday and brought the boy and his father to the medical center, where the boy was diagnosed with a common cold. Prior to leaving the hospital, though, staff found a fever. They discharged the boy in the mid-afternoon with prescriptions for amoxicillin and ibuprofen. But later in the evening, the child exhibited nausea and vomiting and was transferred back to the facility for evaluation and treatment. Where he died later on at midnight. Damn sad. The Guatemalan government has been notified and is working with the boy's father and family there. Working with the boy's father and family there. Why is the boy's father and family over there and he's over here? I'm probably reading it wrong, but still, like those are questions that you know what? Ah, man, I feel sorry for border patrol. They're gonna have to put up with so much bullshit because of this type of problems. And I know it's a touchy subject because we're talking about kids, but come on, man. The Department of Homeland Security has continued to see a dramatic increase in unaccompanied children and family units arriving at our borders, exactly, illegally or without authorization. Consistent with existing laws, these individuals are held at federal facilities pending their removal or release into the interior of the United States with a notice to appear at a court hearing. So for some of you guys are saying that they're being released in New Mexico or Texas, this is why. They're basically getting a promise to come back to court in the United States. The death came during an ongoing dispute over border security and with a partial government shutdown underway over Donald Trump's request for border wall funding. The White House did not immediately comment on the boy's death Tuesday. CBP officers and the Border Patrol remained on the job despite the shutdown. CBP promised an independent and thorough review of the circumstances. The agency has not yet said when or where the father and son entered the United States or how long they were detained, saying only in its statement that the boy had been previously apprehended by its agents. CBP I don't get that. How could previously apprehended? So they tried entering before. CBP typically detains immigrants when they cross the border for short periods of time before releasing them or turning them over to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Alamogordo was about 90 miles, 145 kilometers from the U.S.-Mexico border at El Paso, Texas. Ruben Garcia, director of El Paso's Annunciation House, said Tuesday that he had no reason to believe his shelter had served the family, but was waiting for further details about what happened. A CBP spokesman declined to elaborate Tuesday, but said more details would be released shortly. The body of a 7-year-old girl who died. Okay, so that's the other girl. Yeah, that's Jacqueline Cal. Pobrecita, man. That's messed up. Yes, the father then signed a paper stating that Jacqueline was in good health, but it was not clear how much he understood what it said. The form was in English, and agents read to it. That's messed up. They didn't have a Spanish version of the document. They did that to my dad too. They did actually, just to quick story. You guys don't care. It's alright. A bus carrying the two left at the Antelope Wells port of entry was Lordsburg station, roughly 90 minutes away. By then, according to the Customs and Border Protection statement, Jacqueline's temperature had reached 105.7 degrees. Emergency medical technicians had to revive her. She was then flown to a hospital in El Paso where she died the next day. Cal's death led to criticism of immigration officials by U.S. lawmakers, with 5 senior Democrats calling for a thorough review of their conduct. CBP announced new notification procedures in response to Jacqueline's death, which was not revealed until December 14th. So I'm pretty sure they were scared, like, oh crap, it's a child dying. It's a big issue. It's a big topic. Large numbers of Guatemalan families have been arriving in recent weeks in New Mexico, often in remote and dangerous parts of the desert. Yeah, have you seen the videos where CBP are destroying their water that humanitarian groups leave water for the people out there to cross? I'm not going to touch on that, but I just want to add that fun fact. Xochitl Torres Small, a Democrat who will represent the district starting in January, calls for a thorough and transparent investigation into the children's deaths and more medical resources along the border. This is inexcusable, she said in a statement Tuesday. Instead of immediately acting to keep children and all of us safe along our border, this administration forced a government shutdown over a wall. Spokeswoman for U.S. Representative Steve Pierce, a Republican whose district along the U.S.-Mexico border includes Alamogordo, cannot be reached Tuesday. Damn, Steve, where were you, bro? You should have put some word in there, man. Freaking Steve Pierce. All right. So just wanted to go ahead and add some of my thoughts on this. Obviously, we have to think realistically. Wherever they came from, wherever they traveled from, it all depends on also the nutrition that they're taking in. Also, where they were sleeping, where they were at. All this has to do with health. You know what I mean? So in saying so, obviously it's not safe to cross illegally. You could get you could get sick. You could get bit by a rattlesnake. You could break your legs jumping the wall. I mean, there's a lot of dangers. Coyotes, like there's a lot of dangers out there, man. Venomous insects, like there's a lot of stuff out there. So obviously, man, it's only right to say that he wouldn't have died if his dad would have been paying attention to him and taking care of what's going on with him and his son. I mean, it's all about taking care of each other, and it looks like this child wasn't taken care of well enough, honestly. And I hate touching a topic like that because it's about kids, right? It's about kids, and who could be right? You know what I mean? Who could be right if it's an innocent child dying? But the same thing goes for the 7-year-old girl who died. You know, Jacqueline Codd. There you go, Jacqueline Codd. Dude, she said, I mean, her father, I mean, I know he didn't understand the English document saying that the health of his daughter, what, but how come he didn't notice that something was wrong with her daughter? You know what I mean? Dude, right away, a father has an instinct, or parents have instincts to know, oh, you know what, something's wrong with my kid, or he is being too silent, or he is being too calm. It's like something's wrong, and I don't know, man. Just my thoughts on this. Like, this shouldn't be happening, but it's sad. Two kids already now have died. 2 children have died now. And yeah, honestly, I don't care what you guys say. Yeah, they have to look at Border Patrol. They have to go and check the cameras. They have to go check some testimonies, because it's probably negligence too on their part. It's probably negligence on their part. We have to say the truth, guys. But yes, much of the fault does go to the fathers that are or the people that are taking care of these unaccompanied children, because there are unaccompanied children. So just wanted to share my thoughts on that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is sad. Thanks for watching.